Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a little bit different, so I thought I'd record this intro to give you like a heads up. It began as a tier list video where we were going to list off our favorite Metal Gear Solids from best to worst, but it evolved into more of a podcast where we kind of talk in detail about Metal Gear Solid and how much we love it and certain ones that we don't love so much. So it's not really a video per se. There's not a lot going on. It's really more of a podcast. So however you normally enjoy a podcast, think of it more that way. Anyways, thanks for your continued support. Like the video if you like Metal Gear Solid, and enjoy the podcast / tier list. Also, this is only Metal Gear Solid 1, 2, 3, and 4. Second video will probably be up sometime next week. Enjoy! Okay, welcome back everyone to Jojos Gameshow. Andrew Cortes is here.
Yeah.
At A-Train? Right? A-Train Art? Something?
On Twitter.
On Twitter.
_train art. And then Instagram is just Andrew Cortes art.
Yes. He's a famous adult film star.
That's true.
Gracing us with his presence. Today we're going to do something different. A tier list. We're going to rank these Metal Gear Solid games. You like Metal Gear Solid, right, Andrew?
MGS, hell yeah.
Oh, we used to. Not so much.
I always get excited when I go to Chinese food restaurants and it says like no MSG because in my head it's Metal Gear Solid.
You're like, no, but I want MSG.
Yeah, so I'm just like, hey motherfuckers, what's wrong with Metal Gear?
I would like them. So you played these games probably growing up too, right?
A few of them, yeah. Metal Gear Solid was like the first, aside from Final Fantasy VII, Metal Gear Solid was the first big game that I played.
Yeah. I always forget that there's a little bit of an age gap. I think you're like 2 years
32.
Younger? 1 year older?
Younger, older, one of them.
One or the other. So this is pretty simple. We got on the left here, S, A, B, C, D, F.
Acronym.
Yes. For
Sabacadif.
yes, correct. So let's, well, is there anything we should talk about Metal Gear beforehand?
Play them if you never have.
I played most of them. Spoilers if anyone hasn't played them.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god, it's so weird. Okay, so I was at work the other day, and I asked this kid he was new, and one of the things I asked people to break the ice is hey, what are your 3 favorite movies? And he answered some garbage movies. And then I was like, oh, and he could tell that I was not impressed. And then later he comes by, he's like, hey, what's your favorite video game? Because I have a bunch of nerdy shit on my desk. And I was like, oh, this, Pokemon this, that, and Metal Gear Solid. He's like, oh, what's that? I was like, oh my god, you piece of shit.
You fucking garbage.
How do you not know? But to be honest, Phantom Pain, how long ago was that? That was 5 years ago?
Was it?
I don't know.
Because I know it's been a while, but
it was on the PS3 and on the PS4.
That's right.
We'll have to look.
Yeah, because it came out for the 360 and Xbox One. That's right.
How many discs was it on the 360? 7?
Something. Luckily I had the one, so it was just the one disc. But yeah.
Yeah. So in that respect, I guess we'll also be educating people who've never played Metal Gear Solid and kind of just let them know which ones are the fucking garbage ones. I don't know. Do you want to do this canonically or just release chronologically? Or just whatever we want.
Yeah, because if we go chronologically in the game universe, then you have to start off with Metal Gear Solid 3.
Yeah, and that's just confusing.
Yeah.
Let's just go willy-nilly.
That's the other thing that people need to understand who've never played this. It's for the most part, it all does go from story-wise forward, but there are the few ones where they go back in time to explain more shit. Some
of them are definitely prequels. I would say maybe the original trilogy is Metal Gear Solid 2, Snake Eater, and then there's the prequel trilogy, which is Metal Gear Solid 3, Peace Walker, and then finally Ground Zero's Phantom Pain, I think. Yeah. And then whatever this piece of shit is over here. Okay, so let's just go with Metal Gear Solid the first.
Yes.
Where do you think we should put this one?
Just from pure nostalgia, I want to put it at tier S.
Okay.
Because it was that was the first game I played, aside from Final Fantasy 7, which I think I actually played Metal Gear Solid before 7.
Okay.
And that was the one, because me and my friend played it, and that was like, holy shit, this is what video games can be.
Did you guys just take turns playing it, or?
Like, I forgot, because I know he had a PlayStation, and then I didn't originally.
Got it.
So, like, when we would rent, like, PlayStation games and play them at his house, because he lived next to, like, a little video store, which, fuck you people that don't know what a video store is, who've never had to go, like, look at a wall of random shit and decide what you're going to rent.
Okay, as important as it is, I kind of want to put it in B, because it is great, and it did lay down most of the groundwork, but I think other ones may have done it better. So I think maybe let's split the difference and put it in A.
Okay, yeah, because like...
Well, A, and then we'll circle back.
Yeah.
Because then, we got to make changes.
Because when you play it, it is a product of its time, but then what they were able to do with their limitations was really good.
Yeah, the rumble thing, when you fight Psycho Mantis.
Yeah, that shit, I kind of ruined it because I read about it beforehand, so I knew,
you were expecting it?
That, it reads the memory card, but if I had not done that, because I also played Symphony of the Night, so, if it had just dropped that Castlevania light on me, I would have just burned
it. Definitely, Kojima used all the tools, all the resources that the PlayStation had, the memory card, the rumble,
the controller slots,
to really do some interesting stuff. However, the thing I was playing it recently and I was so frustrated was the whole key card thing.
Yeah,
that was too much backtracking at the end, and I was like, just finish, just let me use this fucking thing.
That was the one thing. You spend most of the game going forward, and then you reach a certain point where it's like, oh, now you have to go all the fucking way back.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so then, so we'll put that there for now, and then we'll figure it out. Next one was Metal Gear Solid 2, The Sons of Liberty.
Yes.
Which I really enjoyed at the time.
Yeah. The demo that they released where it was just that first tanker mission.
It was a little switch and baity.
Yeah.
A little bit. So for those who don't know, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, you start off the game playing as the main protagonist, Solid Snake, and then halfway through... Not even halfway through.
Yeah, it's after that intro mission.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Because that's also how they helped sell the Zone of the Enders game.
Because they packaged that in.
Yeah, because that game, it is really cool and good, but it was a brand new IP. No one knew anything about it. So they're just like, hey, if you buy, Zone of the Enders, you also get this extra disc, which is the first mission in Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
So it's basically well, fuck, now I'm buying this game because I want to play Metal Gear Solid 2.
Exactly.
They introduce being able to shoot in first person, much better graphics, that people actually look like people instead of all blocky.
Yeah, I think the AI was a lot smarter.
Yeah, they added shadows, because in the original Metal Gear Solid, most of it was outdoors in the snow, and that blew my mind too, when it's you're running around and you leave footprints, so you just think it's it's just for looks, but then the guard sees the footprints and reacts to that.
And then fucking follows you.
Yeah, and then they'll start hunting you down, so it's what the fuck?
I think collectively a whole generation was holy shit!
Yeah,
what I do matters.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of just running with, I don't know, it really changed the way we all experience that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So 2 built on top of it.
Yeah.
It's just but then after that first mission, you're a completely different character.
Yep. And
it's this whole new story, and then
you play as a more androgynous, not so Kurt Russell. Inspired person, someone maybe a little more, I don't know.
He does no hand somersaults.
He does no hand somersaults. He's more of a slender samurai-y type of guy.
Yeah.
For the most part, I feel the boss fights were less memorable in that one.
Yeah.
I remember Fat Man, the sniper lady, and Vamp. Vamp was really cool.
Yeah.
He's one.
That was the other thing that kind of annoyed me too, because it's in the original Metal Gear Solid, you had really great villains with awesome names.
Yep. Like
Psycho Mantis, Revolver Ocelot, Raven, yeah, these
Sniper Wolf.
Oof. Really good.
Psycho Mantis?
Yeah, amazing boss fights, amazing characters, they just set the atmosphere with shitty PS1 graphics. And then Metal Gear Solid 2 comes out, and then you have Vamp, a vampire guy, Fat Man. He's who's a dude in an IED bomb disposal outfit and fucking roller skates, and he's just skating around dropping bombs everywhere, and it's what the fuck is this bullshit?
And one of the most frustrating sequences for me in that game was, I think, when you had to
safely help when you had to help Emmerich's sister.
Oh yeah,
like traverse, and you have like sniper people.
Yeah,
like that to me was always like,
it took so fucking long.
I hate babysitting you, and then the swimming segments were like not the best. I don't think it's garbage.
Yeah,
for me it's a C.
That's how I feel.
I feel like that's appropriate.
Because it's not the worst, but it's nowhere near like a great game.
Yeah, I think a lot of us, I don't know.
Like it's good for the lore because it keeps building.
Yeah.
Which is the thing. Like all of these games, like there is a story that's being told and it's building this universe.
Yeah, there is like a main narrative, but at the same time he's like world building.
Yeah.
But it's not like boring like exposition. It's like
although like some of the cutscenes fucking drag on.
Oh yeah. We'll probably this motherfucker right here when we get to it.
45 minutes before you actually start playing the goddamn game.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. Okay, so pretty happy with a C for that guy.
Yeah, it's a decent good game.
Should I even fucking bother? Like this is just the fucking best.
Yeah, it was.
That honestly is like the peak. Three was great. As much as 2 was like kind of okay, I feel like it was much more like he just did Metal Gear Solid again, kind of.
Yeah,
like, I don't feel the gameplay evolved as much as it did in 3. It's almost like a meta reboot.
Yeah,
like just doing it right in your face, and then at the end telling you like, haha, like I did a reboot.
Yeah, like hey, guess what, dumbass? You just played a reboot.
Yeah, but I feel too in terms of like gameplay, like Metal Gear Solid 2 still had over the head stuff. You can go into first person, but it was just like for aiming, and then when you go back to the gameplay, it would still be that over the head that was in Metal Gear Solid 3. Whereas 3, I think they added a lot more gameplay elements, like more interesting ones, like when you go to a certain camp, and if on the outskirts you saw like a provisions little warehouse or like a weapon little shack, you blew that up, and the people in the camp would be hungry, and they would like miss more.
It affects like the enemies in the game.
Yeah, you knock out the communications little thing.
Yeah,
they would try to call for backup, get nothing. But I think the story is the best he's ever done.
Yeah,
it was contained. He didn't really have to still tie up loose ends from the original Metal Gear Solid, or any of the ones that came before it. He could just he went far back enough where he could like fucking Phantom Menace it, but also not do a shit job.
Not hardcore rewrite it.
Exactly.
Because for the most part, everything stays the same. It's just answering these questions.
Yeah, Big Boss didn't have fucking midichlorians. Like, it was all good.
Yeah, it wasn't some bullshit like that. Where, like, he was genetically engineered.
Yeah, he's just a great soldier.
Yeah, in Metal Gear Solid 1, you find out that the main character, Solid Snake, he's actually a clone of a legendary soldier, Big Boss. And that it kind of continues in Metal Gear Solid 2. They talk about Big Boss more. And you find out, because in Metal Gear Solid 1, there's Solid Snake, and then the main villain is Liquid Snake. Yeah. And you find out that you're twins. So, like, that was part of a project to clone Big Boss. And then in Metal Gear Solid 2, you find out there was actually another clone who looks more like Big Boss and, like...
So as you're telling
this...
a
senator or something, right?
Yeah. I feel like as you're telling this, people should know it's a fucking... I want to say a mess... In terms of like, it's just convoluted is really more what it is. It all makes sense, but it does kind of this and this, but sometimes this. It's like a lot of that stuff. It's not even getting into Ocelot and how he's a quadruple fucking double agent.
Yeah, that's the shit that annoyed me the most. Is like every single game he's like playing another side.
Yeah, every game. Okay, so that's another fucking thing. Almost all of these have a
like an end credits thing.
An end credit thing. It's like fuck you MCU. Like you guys gotta thank Kojima at the end of it.
Exactly.
It would always be a phone call or something, and it'd always be Ocelot like saying, "Oh, I got him."
Yeah,
and it's like,
and that's the other thing that annoyed me because you never heard the other end of the line.
You never heard the other end.
You just hear Ocelot talking, then he pauses while the other person talks, so you don't hear it. Yeah. And then he answers, and it's just like, so he's explaining something to somebody, you don't know who.
Which is like the best teaser, because you don't know if it's like who it is, and it leaves a lot of room for like making theories. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a great thing that he added to his games. That a lot of other games, like Final Fantasy ends, it's like, or Mario ends, it's like, oh, thank you for playing my game. Yeah. Okay, that's it.
It's like, thank you, Italian stereotype.
Right.
Wait for the next one.
Here's New Game Plus. Have fun.
Yeah.
I'll hold you over until our next game.
You gluttons.
Yeah, so the story, fantastic. Story of Big Boss, the Cobra unit.
Yeah.
All of it.
How Big Boss gets his name. This is the mission where he earns the title of Big
Yeah.
Boss, which is and becomes like known as the greatest soldier of all time.
Yeah. He honestly could have just stopped there.
Yeah.
And that would have been like, cool, retire, top of your game. But there's still, I think, a lot of good ones after that. So that firmly S, I think.
Yeah.
Next one, Metal Gear Solid 4, which came out for the PS4, several, not PS4, PS3.
Yeah, it was PS3.
Yeah. Came out after several delays. I think I remember it got delayed like a bunch of times. But I think it was worth it. It's I think it's a great, like, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Like, it's really long. There's a lot of cutscenes. It's a little convoluted. A lot of fucking cutscenes.
Yeah.
But there is a lot of, because he was thinking it was going to be his last game.
Yeah, that's what made it seem like, because like our old friend Brian, like he had a PS3, I didn't. So like when he got his PS3, I think he like rented the game, bought the game, and he's just like, Andrew, you know Metal Gear Solid. You love Metal Gear Solid. Come to my house and play it so I can watch it. And I was like, fuck yeah, dude, I'll do that shit. So like it was interesting because then, like as I'm playing the game and like every time there's a cutscene and then like characters come back, like because Revolver Ocelot is still in there. He's like the main villain.
Vamp returns.
Yeah, like all these characters. So whenever like shit happens with characters, he's just like, who's that guy? And I'm like, oh, it's this, and he had to do this because his brother was that. And like that's the other crazy thing too. Like fucking in the first Metal Gear Solid, Revolver Ocelot is just one of like the random bosses.
Yeah.
And then during his boss fight, there's the cyborg ninja.
Cuts his hand off.
So then there was the fox die, which was like a disease that they put into you, like your own team.
Yeah.
In order to kill everyone, like. So it's like a smart disease.
Yeah.
So it targets everybody with like the Big Boss DNA.
Yeah. So I feel like everybody, as they're listening to this, like you can get an idea of how fucking overwhelming it all is.
This bullshit is.
So with that feeling of such overwhelmingness, like number 4, the task is close up all the loopholes,
wrap all of this shit up.
Wrap that shit up, make it satisfying.
Yeah, because Revolver Ocelot then takes Liquid Snake's hand and grabs it on his own, so he's got 2 hands again.
Yeah. What was he? Liquid Ocelot or something?
Like Revolver Snake, Liquid Ocelot.
No, I think it was Liquid Ocelot.
Yeah, Liquid Ocelot.
Yeah.
So in the second one, he has like both hands. Yeah. Because he's like one of the main villains, and then because it's Liquid Snake's hand, who was the dominant like clone. He gets possessed by Liquid Snake. Yeah. So he's Revolver Ocelot, but he turns into Liquid Snake. But like he still looks. He
keeps like having these like.
It's like kind of like a seizure,
like a psychotic split into something like that movie fucking. Split like he'll be Ocelot for a little bit and then just like Liquid will fucking just come out.
And it's usually always whenever Solid Snake comes around. So as soon as Snake is around, like Liquid's genes take over and he becomes Liquid Snake.
You know what? I kind of lied earlier when I was talking about how he didn't just fucking midichlorian explain everything. Fucking nanomachines. Yeah. Nanomachines is his fucking midichlorian. Because he keeps splitting psychologically and it's like, oh, that's crazy. And it's like, oh, it's because he put nanomachines in gene therapy and it's like, no, don't tell me, like, don't fucking. And then that's how he explained Vamp's immortality was. Oh, he has healing nanomachines. Oh. And it's like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, like to an extent, it does fit in with the whole thing of like they want to create super soldiers. Yeah. Because that was another thing in the first Metal Gear. They're talking about like with like the first scientist to map the human genome.
See, but that to me is like one of the things that drew me to the series is that he has such a commitment to like realism, but then also it's all like, oh, fucking psychokinetic like dude and
there's a guy that can
spiritual raven
and, like,
man.
Read your mind,
and it's like, how does that go with this? It's like it doesn't. Like, welcome to Japan. You got some fucking weird shit here, but it all like
sing some karaoke now.
Yeah. But like it's the contrast is I think what's interesting between those two, and then when you go in 4 and you kind of try to explain it away, it's like no, just let him be a vampire. Let him be a fucking
because then how do you explain Psycho Mantis? Like there's nanomachines that make you fly and teleport and like
I don't know
people's minds.
But so we've been talking about a lot of the cutscenes in the story, but I think it has really cool like set pieces.
Yeah.
Like that big turret like truck mission in the very beginning when you had to sneak through this whole like camp, and then at the end you leave and you're just fucking blowing shit up.
Yeah.
It's very like, here you can let's release.
Yeah, there's that was in 3 also, when like you're trying to do all this shit and then I think it's like a helicopter or like something's attacking you, and for the longest time you can't do shit, and then you finally get to like an area where there's like a fucking AA gun.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, fuck you, helicopter, like just blowing up shit, and it's just like it gives you those moments.
Exactly. I feel like that's something unique to like the video game medium, is like that, like it puts you through this like, oh, like you're sneaking and you have to be careful because everyone's stronger than you. Yeah. And then at the end it's like, here's a fucking bazooka, bro. Like just go nuts.
Go ham, bro. Yeah. I know you're itching for it.
So that the fight with Metal Gear Ray versus Metal Gear Rex, Shadow Moses, the fact that you even went to Shadow Moses.
Like when that shit happened, I legit got emotional.
You were like walking through your childhood.
Exactly, because then you're going and like you're in Rex first, or like I forgot like how you get there. But like you're just going through, it's like all snow, and then it very slowly starts to play the original Metal Gear Solid, like the Shadow Moses theme. Yeah. And like I was just like, oh my fuck, like,
and everything's kind of a little dilapidated. It hasn't been kept up.
Like it's been abandoned for years. It's just been left to the elements. And like I legit was just like, oh fuck, I'm getting emotional. Dude. Yeah. Like it's
crazy. It's crazy how that can happen to you. So that was a beautiful moment, and then also too, and I'm sure there's plenty of them. But the one at the end when you're crawling through the thing.
Yeah, like that's another Metal Gear, right? Like,
no, I think you're in the AI. You're in GW. He's going through that thermal whatever.
Yeah, because I remember it's like a long tunnel and there's like these red things everywhere, like the heat from it, and it's like destroying your suit.
Which was very reminiscent, I think, of the long.
The ladder
scene from Metal Gear Solid 3.
5-minute ladder climb.
Oh my god, it was so long, but then the Snake Eater, the soundtrack comes in, and you're like, oh boy.
Yeah, exactly. And like the fact like that it was like an acapella version. So as you're climbing, there's like the echo of like your hands and your feet hitting the rails. And like the thing that like amazed me too was that like if you stop, the music stops.
Oh really? I never noticed.
Yeah, because I tried that one time. I was just like, is it only going because I'm moving? So like I stopped, and then like it finishes the line, and then it just goes back to being quiet.
Oh wow.
Like from what I remember, that's how it is. And then when you start climbing again, like then it's just the acapella. Like she comes in singing like those like specific lines. Yeah, like because like. So the first two Metal Gears were like action espionage, because that's the whole thing. But the third one, it felt the most like a James Bond film.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's like hardcore what he was going for, because like
with that intro song.
Yeah, the intro. It's got like the dramatic song. It's got like all these crazy visuals. Like, oh, this is a James Bond like intro right
That's
here.
how James Bond started, like 100%.
Yeah. So like that was one thing I really loved about it. Plus the fact that it was like 60s, like Cold War era. Like it was really fucking cool.
I think from then on, they all kind of had, maybe not had that, but they all had like a song.
Yeah.
Like, because Metal Gear Solid 2, Metal Gear Solid 1, I don't think they had like a song. Like this one has Snake Eater is number 3, and then 4 is the theme of love. And I think that lady sings a song for that one too, but I don't recall it. And Peace Walker had Heaven's Divide, which is fucking amazing song.
But even then, like the Metal Gear Solid theme song is fucking amazing.
It's great.
Like it's one of my favorite fucking songs ever. Like it's just so well done.
Yeah, it's perfectly suited. I think
it's like it's up there with the Terminator 2 theme for me. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, like it's just like your song is just so iconic. Like, and I hate it because like I can't find the album anywhere, so I'll just throw it up on YouTube and I listen to it.
One other song I really like too, in the same vein, is Adele's. No, it's not Adele. Is it? Yeah, it's Adele sings Skyfall.
Yes.
The movie Skyfall. And then a little bit, but not as much, is Sam Smith's...
was it the Casino Royale one?
No, it's the last one. The only thing I liked about the last one.
Oh, Spectre?
Spectre, yeah.
I can't remember that one. The Skyfall one
it's so hype. He's like...
Oh, I kind of remember that one. Yeah, that one was good.
For you. Yeah, I forget.
But the Skyfall one is like by far
the best
fucking games blocking
it
ever.
peaked there. Okay,
Don't at me, I'll kick your ass.
we're getting sidetracked.
Yeah. This is what this game does.
4, great. I'm gonna put it maybe here.
Like,
I don't think it's as good as this.
yeah.
But I think it's better than this though.
Like the thing I like about it is like it adds so like because the gameplay they keep adding more and more and more shit. So
Yeah.
like, if there's
The
more
stakes,
you can do.
the stakes do keep getting.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Fucking S.
Because I mean, like,
Put him right here.
I only played it once, and it was a long fucking time ago.
Yeah.
I like it's burned in my fucking memory that final fight with Ocelot, where the both of you are just.
Oh, when you're on top.
Yeah, you're on like the GW machine
Yes.
and just beating the shit out
And
of
as
each
you're
other.
punching you, it I think flashes of like old fights.
Yeah, all like it goes through all the other Metal Gears, and then like you have those like those weird injector things to like give them energy. So they're fighting each other, and then they get like knocked down. Then they both inject themselves like to keep going. And at the very fucking end, they're just like headbutting each other, and then like as they're on their knees, completely exhausted, they both take out the needle, but instead of stabbing themselves, they stab each other.
Yeah.
Because it's just like
as of respect.
Yeah, because it's just like we need to finish this.
Yeah.
And I was just like, dude, that's so fucking badass.
Another layer on top of that is as you're fighting him, like you're punching and it'll show flashes of Metal Gear Solid, I think the first one.
Yeah.
And then the background music will change to like
it's that game. Yeah.
And then you're fighting him again and the flashes of 2 and then you'll see themes from that.
Yeah, and there's the two from music. And then when it goes to 3, the Snake Eater theme is playing as you're just fucking like trying to murder each other.
It's a fucking masterpiece.
Yes, it's like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like that clip is on YouTube, so like you guys need to just watch that shit because it's fucking
I'll just link that somewhere. Okay, so I think firmly S then.
Yeah.
Once we discuss it
like
more.
the more I'm talking about it, I'm just like, fuck it.
I want to play that. That's the only reason I think it's in here, but I still have my PS3 and some games.
I have mine at my girlfriend's house.